Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. You know, folks, when we talk about the Washington Commanders, we're always riding that fine line between excitement and concern, especially early in the season. And this year, the storylines are no different. The team has started the season with a decent record, sitting at 2-1 heading into Week 4. But beneath those numbers, there's a lot happening that could significantly shape the rest of their year. One of the biggest stories, and I mean, right now, it's a major concern, is the condition of their star wide receiver, Terry McLaurin. Now, if you've been following the team closely, you know how critical McLaurin has been for Washington since he was drafted in 2019. Since then, he's become not just a fan favorite but a key piece of the offense, a guy who's always been reliable, a true deep threat, and a dependable target in clutch moments. And last year, 2024, was a phenomenal season for him. He set a franchise record with 13 receiving touchdowns, which is no small feat. That kind of production doesn't come around every day. Plus, earning his first NFL All-Pro honors. That really put a spotlight on how much he's grown and how vital he is for the Commanders' offense. But here's the thing, things haven't been smooth sailing so far this season. McLaurin's impact has been a bit subdued, and that's caused some concern among fans and analysts alike. Through the first 3 games, he's only managed to rack up 10 receptions for 149 yards, with no touchdowns. That's a stark contrast to his previous levels of production, and it's a bit perplexing because, prior to the season, he was consistently one of the most durable wide receivers in the NFL. Since joining the league, he's only missed 3 games, and he's been a fixture in Washington's lineup, playing 72 consecutive games, including postseason. So naturally, fans are wondering what's causing this dip, and the answer might be tied to an injury that's been quietly simmering in the background. That injury is a quad issue, and it's become a major talking point. Just recently, ESPN's Adam Schefter broke the news that McLaurin is uncertain to play this Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons due to that quad injury. According to Schefter, McLaurin is still seeking more information about the severity of the injury, which indicates this is still an evolving situation. And folks, this is not just a minor tweak. It could be a significant hurdle for the Commanders' offense if he's unable to go. The team has already faced some struggles offensively, and losing their top target could make things even more difficult, especially in a crucial game on the road. Now, let's understand the context a little more. McLaurin's injury comes at a tricky time, especially considering his recent contract extension. On August 25, he signed a 3-year, $97 million deal, a clear signal from the organization that they see him as a cornerstone of their future. It's a hefty investment, and most fans would agree that they want to see him healthy, productive, and on the field. But the reality is, injuries and inactivity from the offseason holdout seem to be catching up with him a bit. You see, McLaurin had a lengthy holdout during the offseason, which kept him out of workouts, practices, and minicamp. That kind of absence can sometimes have repercussions early in the season, especially for a player who relies on timing and chemistry with the quarterback. And speaking of the quarterback situation, the Commanders have faced some instability there as well. Initially, they started the season with Jayden Daniels as their starting quarterback, but he's been dealing with a knee injury that caused him to miss the Week 3 game against the Raiders. Instead, Marcus Mariota stepped in, and while he managed to lead Washington to a 41-24 victory, it's clear that the team's offensive rhythm isn't fully settled yet. During that game, McLaurin had his best outing of the season so far, catching 3 passes for 74 yards. That was encouraging, but it's also a reminder of how much the offense depends on his ability to stretch the field and create space. Now I want you to pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Because folks, the big question right now is how will the Commanders cope if McLaurin is sidelined or limited? Well, they do have some other options, but no one can replace what McLaurin brings to the table. His route running, his ability to find soft spots in coverage, and his speed to take the top off defenses are unmatched on this team. That's why his potential absence is such a concern. And it's not just about this weekend's game. It's about the long-term outlook for Washington's offense and their chances of making a real push in the NFC. The division is incredibly competitive right now, with teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all vying for supremacy. A key player like McLaurin being out could be the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. Fans are rightfully worried, but there's also a sense of hope. The team's coaching staff and medical personnel are doing everything they can to get him back on the field as quickly and safely as possible. Looking deeper into the numbers and the context, it's worth noting that the slow start for McLaurin might not entirely be a cause for alarm. ESPN's John Keim pointed out that his targets are roughly the same as last year, about 688 per game in 2024 compared to 6.5 in 2025. When he's on the field, he's still getting open, especially when lining up wide left, his usual spot. His average separation when running routes is still solid, at around 253 yards, very close to last year's 263. So it's not that he's lost his ability to get open. Rather, the lack of production is more about the overall offensive flow, and perhaps the lack of time and chemistry due to the offseason holdout and recent injury. But let's not forget, McLaurin's resilience and professionalism have always been evident. Despite the early struggles, many analysts believe that it's just a matter of time before he finds his rhythm again. The talent is there, the work ethic is undeniable, and this season might just be a bump in the road rather than the beginning of a decline. In fact, some reports, like from the Grant and Danny show's Danny Paulson, highlight that McLaurin's productivity is actually climbing. He's already gone for 27, 48, and 74 yards in the first 3 games, showing his ability to make big plays when given the opportunity. And that's what makes this story so compelling. McLaurin has been one of the NFL's most durable receivers, and his durability and consistency are what the Commanders rely on. Since he was drafted out of Ohio State in the 3rd round, he's been a model of reliability, rarely missing games, and always giving his best effort. His streak of 72 consecutive starts, including postseason, is a testament to his toughness and professionalism. Fans have come to expect big things from him, and this injury, while concerning, doesn't diminish the respect they have for his work ethic and talent. As we look ahead, the upcoming games will be critical not just for McLaurin's health, but for the whole team's momentum. Facing the Falcons in Week 4 will be a real test, especially if McLaurin can't go. It's a game that could define the team's trajectory in the early part of the season. The coaching staff will have to adapt, maybe lean more on other weapons like Deebo Samuel or Zach Ertz, who are also contributing significantly. But make no mistake, losing McLaurin for any length of time would be a blow to Washington's offensive identity. Fans are right to be anxious, but also hopeful. The resilience of this team, the leadership of the coaching staff, and the sheer talent of players like McLaurin suggest that, even if he's out for a game or two, the Commanders have the capacity to rally and keep fighting. It's a season of ups and downs, but that's what makes NFL football so unpredictable and exciting. Every game, every play can turn the tide, and the story of McLaurin's injury is just one chapter in what promises to be an intense, roller coaster ride of a season. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. Do you think McLaurin will play this weekend? How much of an impact do you believe his absence will have? And who do you think needs to step up in his place? Remember, we're all in this together, and your voice is what makes this community strong. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. We're in this journey together, and every piece of news, every game, every play counts. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Commanders.